Welcome back to Kung Fu Maintenance, where I show you how to make the most likely repairs you'll need to make in your lifetime. If you'd like to get the latest videos, subscribe and then hit the little bell icon right at the subscribe button and it'll notify you of any new videos when they're released for you. Welcome back to Kung Fu Maintenance. Well, today I'm going to be showing you how to add a timer or a photocell to an existing timer for some pool lights. Here's our light. And this one's controlling a set of pool and spa lights. You turn it on. Here's our pool light. And turn it off. So right now this is controlled by the timer dogs as well as the time clock. And you look inside there, you can see the little gear spinning. So we've got power to this one. Most of these timer boxes have a little knockout in the side. This one I've already knocked it out. I'm going to be setting this one up so it can be controlled via the timer as well as the photocell. So it kind of gives a little bit more options. Now, show you here what we've got is our neutral is on the left. So I'm going Volt AC. This is a little protective cover. Makes it a little safer so no one accidentally touches anything. But this one, if we go neutral, here's our hot. Also called a line. We got 120. And then this is our switch hot. Also called the load. If I switch it on, then we'll have our switch hot. Line and load, just like a GFI. And there's another way to measure this I wanted to show you real quick. What you can do is go from the hot to ground. This one I was showing the line. It's my 120 voltage. And then here's the switched hot, that's the load. So it had no voltage. And then there's the neutral. So there's the main hot showing the 120. And then the neutral was the white wire. Someone used a black wire to link from the white wire, so that was designated that was the neutral. It's also listed on this little plastic cover, which was nice. It listed the line and the load. So anyway, here's the line. And it's got nothing, no power, until you switch it on. So I switched it on here, and then retesting, there's the line, and that's the switched hot. So I thought I'd show you the other way that you can test for voltage. That's going hot to ground. You know, you can also go hot to neutral. So for our timer, our photocell, here's the new photocell. We're going to want our incoming hot to be on the red one, and then our switch hot on the blue one. And that's a little counterintuitive here, but that's how we want it. So the photo controller's black wire is going to go to line and the red wire to load. Okay, and our neutral is going to line up with our timer box here. Now, we've got voltage here, and you always want to turn these off either at the breaker or at the GFI. So I'm going to test it. There's the test, and non-contact voltage, we no longer have power going to our deal. And we can also look inside, and I can see that the gear is no longer spinning. And even safer than that is to turn off the breaker. So here's our breaker here for our GFI pool lights, and again can verify that we have no power. So what I'm going to do is setting up this photocell. Pretty easy deal. So it's kind of cool. It's got this extra little clip that you can adjust the sensitivity as this goes over here, and you can change how sensitive the light is allowed through. So it's got a couple gaskets and then the ring washer. So now that the power's off, I'm going to go one gasket through. So that'll be on the outside. I think most of these only actually come with one gasket. You need the one gasket on the outside for waterproofing. And then we'll have a gasket and the locking washer on the inside. So this will pass through the hole here. Pass it through there, and I'll just kind of aim it up. So you can see, pass through, just like that. Okay, now here's our gasket, and then the washer. or the net. So, pass the washer on there. We'll tighten the net down here. And there we go. Okay. And the way I got this idea was from building lights, which I'll try to show in another video, but where you can have a switch in between the photocell, in between these two that would bridge the leads. So you could put a switch in between here so you could manually turn these on, as well as the lights be controlled by the photocell. But it makes it easy to check lights on buildings for building maintenance. Okay, so now our hot is going to go to the hot leg here.
The line that is incoming power.
This is our hot. And this is our switch dot. Our switch dot is going to go to the second, the load. So this is our line coming in, that's our hot, and then our load is a line coming out. So this one will be the load. Sharing the connection here, so kind of putting it on top of the line and then making sure everything tightens down nice and tight so that these are together. Okay, so give it a little tug, make sure everything's good there, and also making sure that we're not pinched on the insulation, we're just pinched on the wire. Contact. Okay. Next is our neutral. Tug, make sure everything's good there. And then here's our hot. Okay. And now we're tightening down nice and tight. Tuck my wiring in here so everything's covered. Bouncing around there. Here's our cover. Okay. But I'm going to be measuring, well, I'll just show you on the light. So, turned off, reset the breaker, reset the GFI, and now our deal should spin. And now our pool light is on. It looks like our photocell is engaging it. So I'm going to move this off, because obviously that's too... Now actually the first time you hook it up, it'll turn on for a second. So that'll turn off in just a second. That's the first time it's having power applied to it. There it goes, just went off. Okay. So now, if we switch it on, our light comes on. If we switch it off, it'll be off. And if we cover the photocell, so it's off right now. If we cover the photocell, it'll take a couple minutes, but then it'll come on as well. So I'm just covering it with a glove and a rag there. And It'll take a few, but it'll come back on.
In my opinion, this is about the best way to hook up a photocell to your timer, because this way it's controlled by the timer or the photocell, and it doesn't interfere with the time clock still performing its function. The time clock is still spinning, but only turns on when the timer dogs are set to turn on and to turn off. So you can use both. You can use the timer and you can use the photocell. In this way,
it can take as long as 5 minutes, but it probably won't take that long.
In this way, you won't have to adjust it anymore for daylight savings time. And you can either remove the timer dogs or you can leave it set for the fallback time. So that way it doesn't come on earlier than you want it to. But it allows you to use the timer in any way you choose in the future.
There it is, it came on. So on the photocell, on the timer, we can remove the dogs or you can set it at
the fallback time.
It's already on via the photocell no matter what happens, so it actually won't turn off until the photocell turns off. So until it gets dark, it won't turn off, but it will turn on if we have this set for the wrong time. So but this also allows us to control it manually, so we can actually just take the dogs off. There's no need for them anymore. But you could also leave them if you wanted them. So I'm just gonna leave them down here, and but you could leave it at a more normal time, and
at the fallback
kind of
time,
controlled by both. But now you can switch it on, and it won't hurt it to be on. It's got double the connection. See, on is on. But it's probably a good idea to label the box now that it's photocell controlled, which will be more obvious to someone looking at the timer because now it has no dogs. So it's kind of a good way to do it. But anyone servicing it should always. I'll bring that like that so that now it'll turn off. And it takes a couple seconds to turn off. Anyone servicing it should always turn off the breaker or turn off the GFI.
For servicing the lights.
Alright, there it is. And now our breaker is both controlled by the timer and controlled by the photocell. So it's kind of a nice deal.
A quick search on my YouTube channel of whatever your maintenance needs are, you should find a bunch of different material that'll be helpful to your maintenance needs.